What's up guys, Rip here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the MadCatz Tournament Edition 2 Fightstick for the Xbox One. Now, we have two of these. I'm going to be giving both of these away as part of our 5-year celebration for Level Up Your Game. So let's get to the unboxing of one of these guys. And you can see that it comes with some good padding around there. Pretty much nothing else in the box, which may be because I have a promo one, but actually at the bottom there is actually a little booklet and the screwdriver for the stick as well. We'll talk about the screwdriver in just a little bit, but let's talk about some first impressions about the stick. Now, I've used the original Killer Instinct version of this stick when it came out, so I've played with it for a long time. It's basically the same stick, except that this one does not have the LED lighting. Of course it looks differently. It doesn't have the Killer Instinct art on it. But, functionally the sticks are the same. So the first impression that I had and still have is that, it is a good feeling stick. It's got a good weight to it. The size is a little bit bigger than you'd usually find in a stick. You'll notice that there's no cable immediately on the back of it because the cable is detachable. Other than that, this stick in particular, red and black color design, and that's of course, based off of MadCatz's logo. The panel of the stick and the layout of it is a Vuelix layout style, but this top panel and this bezel is also replaceable, so the stick is a highly moddable stick. Talking about the weight of the stick, it's pretty good weight to the stick because the bottom actually has a metal base, and as you can see here, there is a foam padding that they've put on. This was one of my major complaints with MadCatz sticks in the past, that they did not have a foam padding and that their sticks were not as heavy enough to hold it down in your lap. So now with the added weight and the foam padding, it's really going to stay on your lap pretty well. So all in all, really good first impression of the stick. Genuine channel parts, but we'll get to features right now. First up, you can notice that this is a Vuelix layout. So the stick is this close to buttons, and this is the arc you're going to get with the stick. Pretty standard stuff for a Street Fighter stick. It's got genuine Sanwa parts. These are the same kind of parts you will find in arcades in Japan. So it's a Sanwa arcade stick. These are Sanwa, I think, OBSF 30 buttons. So these are 30mm buttons. There's also an additional 2 buttons on the back for your view and menu, which are basically a start and select on this console, as well as the Xbox guide button up here. On this top panel, you also have a button for a lock, which basically will lock the view menu and Xbox guide button so that those won't accidentally go off in a tournament. There also is this haptic button here, and this haptic button is interesting because whenever the stick vibrates, it's meant to make the LEDs pulsate. So it's meant for LED functionality. However, this base TE2 design does not have the LED functionality which was found in the Killer Instinct TE2 stick. So if you want to use this haptic button with the stick, you're going to have to install an LED module, which is sold separately, but I couldn't find it at the MadCatz store. So that's interesting, but the button is there and does have that functionality if you do get an LED module for your stick. So moving on, let's go ahead and move to the bottom of the stick. And of course the bottom I just talked about it, but there is a foam padding here. There's a metal base underneath it. The foam, as you can see here, is actually quite thick, so it's actually really good at having the stick stay in place on your lap. If you look down here, you'll notice that this is the port where you'll plug in your cable, and you'll notice that there is actually a screw-in design, so once it's in there and screwed in, it's really not going to come off. So you don't really have to worry about latency at all. You also won't have to worry about it, accidentally getting kicked out by someone else. Of course, the buttons here in the back, the view and menu buttons, but there's also this little metal compartment here, which is basically for the clips if you want to attach a shoulder strap. So you get those 2 clips in, and if you basically have a strap, something from like a duffel bag or something, you can use that instead, or MadCatz will sell one separately as well. So pretty easy to carry it around that way, and that's pretty much it for the back and the bottom of the stick. The last thing I want to talk about is the storage compartment inside the stick. So what they've done here is added a button on the front that allows you easy access inside the stick. So once you press this button, this top panel is actually going to come up and give you access to the stick and the buttons and some storage inside as well. So here we go. I'm going to push the button and I'm going to lift up, and you can see everything is up and away, and boom, you have access to your stick and all the buttons. You'll see here, this is your cable. The cable itself is actually 3 meters long, and for us in America, that's 9.8 feet long. So pretty good sized cable. Once you unscrew it from the back of the stick, you can actually fold it up, stick it back in here so you don't have to worry about it wrapping it around your stick repeatedly. there's also space for extra buttons as well as for the screwdriver. And the screwdriver, of course, back in the box. You'll see it actually is swappable. So right now it looks like it's in two pieces, so you can't tell, but the metal piece down here actually has one hex end and one flat end. So you can basically flip-flop that as needed when modding the stick. So going back to the top of the stick, there's actually a removable bezel and top panel. So these are the screws you'll need to remove if you want access to those changes. And that's what the screwdriver is for. So pretty cool stuff, and everything is obviously very accessible. You know, if you want to swap out these buttons, very easily done as well. So there you have it. Now, the original Tournament Edition Fightstick I used exclusively since it came out, and I've been using it, the exact same stick, for a long time. So, you know, I've wondered what MadCatz was going to do and how they were going to upgrade their sticks for the new TE2 line. And, you know, I've been using the Killer Instinct version of the stick for almost a year now, so I'm well accustomed to the stick, and I have to say it's actually one of my favorite stick designs out of all sticks on the market. So I really do like the stick. But for this particular model, I'm actually going to give it a 9 out of 10. And, you know, I do love the stick and the authentic arcade Samuel parts. I love the foam bottom. I love the weight of the stick, the size of the stick. I even don't mind, you know, I have no preference on layout actually, so Ulysses or Noir, I really don't mind. I love the easy access for modability. You know, I'm not one who actually modifies my stick a lot, but they've made it so easy now that I, or anyone like me, could modify a stick if they wanted to. So why am I giving it a 9 out of 10? Firstly, it's primarily going to be because of cost. Now, these sticks retail for $200. So, you know, that's kind of a high for a single console stick. The original TE1 sticks retailed for $159. So, you know, it is a little bit more expensive, but MadCat's always running promos, so if you guys catch one promo, you'll probably get a good deal on them. Other than that, this haptic button really bothers me because it's there, but you don't have access to it with the stick itself. So you're going to have to purchase that LED module separately, but I can't find it on the MadCatz store. So that's another reason I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Because right now there's a feature for the stick, but you can't find out where to buy it without really doing some digging. So those are my two primary concerns with the stick. A smaller concern is that there's no microphone jack. I know they've done that in the past for Xbox sticks in particular, but to me, I can see why they didn't, because originally all Xbox Ones had a Connect. You can use your Connect for a microphone, so you really didn't need a headset plugged in. But now that they're selling Xbox Ones without it, you know, that might be something that people would want to see on an arcade stick again. So those are the main complaints I have with the stick. Obviously nothing with the craftsmanship or the build or the parts or the weight or the feel of the stick. I love all of those things. It's just these minor complaints that I have with the stick. So that's about it. You know, if you guys want more information on how I'm giving away 2 of these arcade sticks, check out the video right here. And of course, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Follow on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.com/levelupyourgame. And I'll catch you guys next time. Boom!